Welcome to another tutorial. Today we are going to make ignite to flame effect. Sorry for the delays in the tutorial. So in couple of days my system got some problem and it almost burned my power supply. So I have to replace it. So that's taken some time. So now it will be come in more frequent manner. So I have rendered all these effects and most probably it will come in some duration of 2 to 3 days. So let's get started. First we will take a geometry and in this case call this geometry. It is a geometry which I have downloaded from mixamo.com. You can download it and from there you can use this geometry. So this is my geometry and it's a simple animation and basically just go and falls like this. It's not too big of animation. I used 120 frames for this. Okay. Then just unpack this, then convert to mesh and just add trail node to calculate for its velocity, then just use null. Okay, now we have like this. Next we need our fire to ignite on this. So in my case I use this sparse spreading fire, this one. Okay, so we select this object and press enter. It will make all the necessary moves and just disable this ring so that it doesn't convert. And in my case I have used this 24th frame where it's going to start fire, and to change this region I am using this is a box where it will going to start. So just move it along wherever you want to start this your fire to start. I started from this hip area. This you can start from head, hand, leg, anywhere you want, or if you want multiple you can use 2 objects and just merge them and you can use different type, or you can animate this also. So there is a lot of possibilities. You can always go for it. And in this simulation, this spread section I used 24th frame because at there it will like started. So just come here and let me save this so that it does not crash on us. Okay, now if we look at here, it will now start generating flames at that point. Okay, so the if you want to look at this, so I use this total burn, this one, and now you can see it will show the growth of this pattern, and it's spreading very slow. So we can increase this by this rate, increase this rate. Now it will spread much more faster. See, or you can want more faster spreading, you can increase this rate, and you can increase this neighbors also. Okay, so still not able to come up. So just go for 10, and you can increase this neighbor also, so it will help in spreading more faster. Sometime it doesn't work and need to reset this. Okay, and other things are like you can, these values are here. You can always increase the sub step if you want much faster. Just increase the sub step. It will calculate much more in detailed version, so it will spread much more faster. Now it's spreading much more faster. So this is good. So if we come to this fire simulation section, and this is like values, these are the values. In my case it is 0.008. if your system can handle it, you can decrease this value, otherwise keep it to 0.01, or up to, you can lower this value a little bit, but I think in my case it works fine. And other things I have changed here is this reference temperature is the amount of temperature it is going to emit, so I'm going to use 3000, and lifespan is enough, and I used like these also, turbulence I think I used 5, dissipation I think I used 2.3 something, and these are the same, and I use substep almost around 4x4, and heat fire, I think here the smoke density is 0, that's why it's not showing, so it's +1 will show the smoke. So now if we look here, so always keep some dissipation value in the autodope network, otherwise it will keeps every smoke element, and sometimes it's very dense and it will take much more time to calculate, and it will keep more memories and your files will be very large, so keep in mind. Okay, so this one is coming okay, and I have not tweaked much more settings. If you want, you can change the settings in flame section of fire and this solver node section. You can choose to emit smoke and all that you want, and I think I used this one, and you can increase or decrease this cavity, all that, and I think that's enough for this settings. And for particles which are emit from here, I use again the same this geometry. If you come here in this simulated spread mode, we can use this node to separate our this total burn part points, so that we can use this for our pop or particle networks. So let me just use delete node. We come here, and in here just select 2 points and by expression, and I think I used here this expression, which is this group name, which is called total burn, this one. So I think I used at total burn, so it will point to that group. See, now it has deleted all these points. We want these only, so it's like this. So we get these points, and now these points will generate our pop network. Okay. So if you have cached file, then it will work faster, and if you are doing directly, it will take some time. So let me just use pop network and spread here, and just come here, this, and invert section. That's enough. I think live, I think I've used 0.5 and 0.2 variation. 2 attributes, I think add to inherited, and I think I used 0.1 variation on everyone's, and then I think I used pop force, which is this one. I think I used 2, and I think I used 5, so that okay, I think I have to change something here. Points. Okay, now it's working. So it's 17 points. If you think like this scale is too big or small, you can always go for like smaller swirl size, like this. Okay, so this one, I think still life is too much here, so let me decrease this to 0.3. I think 0.1 is enough. Okay, and I think I used pop advect by volumes, which is I used this fire node, which is this one, this node, and I used as velocity, and I think I've used blend, this one. I think I used very little blend, so that it will follow some values of that smoke also. Yeah, it's like coming very low, so I think I used 0.5, and here 0.2. You can change this setting, it's not fixed settings. Whichever looks fine on your object, you can always use that. And we don't need that much particle, otherwise it will look very it will not look too much very good. So use very low values. Okay, so these are like embers or fire particles, so if these are low, then it will have much more good look. And after that, I think we don't need anything else. If you want, you can add ground plane here, so that your particle doesn't fall to ground. So in my case, I think I used it, and just read these out in same node, or you can use different geometry node to call these particles. So these are your particle geometry. Okay, always simplify things so that it will not distract when you are rendering. So you can use dope IU, import the dope files, so all these dot network, which is I think this one is and need dot node, which is pop network, and here it is pop object, this one, and choose particles. Okay, now we can get these particles. So it's coming with these colors. If you don't want these colors, you can clean this color attribute, or you can leave it as it is, because we are going to override this. So use null object for out and add a attribute triangle node to scale the size of the particles. So I'm using f at scale equal to, I think I use 0.01. If it's too big, I will come and lower this value. I think that's enough for this, whatever we want to render. So we have our character, and these three are which are I'm going to use, and let's save this and let's make build. Okay, so it's falling from here, so let me just take this camera angle something like this, and let me just make materials. I'm using V-Ray, so I'm going to make V-Ray materials. So we need two materials. Okay, so I think this one, I'm not using these, so just go for 0.2, and glossiness I think I used 0.6, and one is for this smoke. So okay, and we need fire, but I think in this case its name as flame attribute for this, and smoke is okay. Then one is for this point, which is light material. I think this one is, so I think I use this amber color, something like this color. I think one or two is enough. You can use direct illumination also if you want. Okay, so we need these three particles. So first is this guy. Let me just add my materials, this one, and same on grid also. Then go for fire, so let me just go for volume grid, and for our particles we go for light material, which is this one. Okay, and cascade V-Ray render nodes. Okay, go to render settings, just turn off default lights, we don't need that, and let's go for RTX, and you don't need to save this much. I'll just show you. Okay, now you can see it has this coming. So sometimes particle doesn't show if it has like too many attributes in here. So what you can do here, you can always clean these attributes so that it doesn't take If it doesn't come here, you can always use this copy to points mode. If it doesn't show, sometimes it doesn't show in graphics rendering, so you can use here and just use polygon here and here and this one here. Okay, now you can see. Now you can have this. Okay, so if you want these same colors, you can always look for it, or I think I need to lower this value because it's too big. This one is enough. And I think I used one light also here. So if I go to my V-Ray, and I think I used rectangle light. Like this one. I think I used something like here. Something like this I used here. And I think I used temperature, which is, I think I used around 6 or 7,000 temperature, so that it's really slightly blue. And I used as invisible, so that it doesn't show on this camera. So if I go, okay, now you can see it has some like smoke or all that. If your smoke is not coming too much, you can always go to volume settings and just increase its value, or you can increase this master multiplier. You will get your smoke. See, now it's coming. So we don't want white. We can always go for lower dull. See. So that's how I use this effect. Or you can, if you want like your geometry to be die out as it's burnt, you can always use this mode as your killing your geometries. So in my case, if I go here, this one, I have just used this one, this delete node. If I come here in this my geometry node, this one, so let me just delete this so that it has some. And if I call that node, that particle node, which is this one, and I think this one is here. Okay, and if I go for VDB from particles, okay, too small, so if I go for 0, will okay, we can get this delete this mesh. And if you want to delete this from our original mesh, which is this one, so we can always go VDB, or if you want simple, you can convert this to polygon also, or you can do in VDB also. It's up to you. So let me just convert this to polygon mesh. Polygon. So this will be enough for us. So And if you go to this boolean, you can always go for this is A and this is B. Go to result. See, and it needs to go for that null. Okay, and we need to be subtract. You can just check here which polygons is coming. Because I can't see here. Okay, let me just disable this light. Okay. Now you can see we have this one. You can use subtract. Okay, and you can use straight surface, solid. Okay, now you can see it's deleting this mesh. Okay, so you can render out this part. So always keep in mind that this will be in loop because it's coming from two different parts. So be careful with these settings, otherwise you will come in trouble after solving this. So cache these out so it will not cause any problem and you will get your as desired look. See, now it's not doing this, so that's why I'm saying always go for here so that it will keep on making your render. Then when you have cached out these values, then render this, so it will render all your proper settings. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. So keeps on making it and it will commit. So let me just load my cache which I have used for this. It's in here. So let's go for my cache. I need to see which one is mine. This is mesh. Let's check. Yeah, I think this one is here. So this is like my mesh. I have used this one, and I render this. It's the same but in some high quality, and if you want to change color or all that, you can adjust in material section. Okay, that's it guys. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. We will see you next